Hi, how are we going? Welcome to another round of Redski's Righteous Readings. I'm Redski. G'day. We are doing the December main monthly for Leo, Rising Moon and Suns, and I have been packing away some of my over collective tarot decks, and I have taken out a few selective ones that I've picked for each of the star signs for this December month as a bit of a thank you to everyone for watching my channel. So Leo, you'll be done with the beautiful Revelations Tarot by, of course, Zach Wotton. Now this is a beautiful deck because not only does it have the images in its upright, but a perfect image of its own in its reverse. You understand when you see the reading. This is a beautiful deck. It's one of my personal favorites, and I usually only keep it for my own personal readings for myself. So yes, I hope you do enjoy this because I don't bring this deck out for anyone other than Redski. So I hope you do enjoy it, and I will have all the star signs will have special decks this month for decks that I only use personally as a thank you. So Merry Christmas to everyone. This, of course, is the last, I repeat, last main reading for each of the star signs, the end of 2020. I know, it scares me too saying that. So this of course is the December main monthly. I need to also make a side note that I am a single mum with 5 children, and I will be taking the mid-December to mid-January school holidays here in Australia period off to be with my family. I will, however, do one reading in December after this main and it will be live, and it will be, of course, for New Year's Eve. I'm hoping to go live. If not, it will be a special New Year's Eve reading for each of the star signs. But other than that, you will not see me again until late in January 2021. So I would like to take this time to say a special thanks from me to you sincerely, wholeheartedly, for watching my videos, subscribing to the channel. If you've not done so already, please do so. I would love for you to join us, liking, sharing, commenting. You have no idea how much that means to me, for all the star signs out there that have been joining me since May of this year. So without further ado, or me gapping on too much, let's get into it. So Leo, Rising Moon, Sun signs of the beautiful Leo Pride gang, my beautiful Leos. This is your main December 2020 reading, the last for this year. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Good luck, guys. Oh, wow, Leo, I have to say, this is one hell of a... I'm a Leo moon, and at first glance of this reading, I think I nearly choked on my own spit. Is the only way I guess I could describe it. Sorry if anyone's eating breakfast at the moment. But it left me feeling quite saddened. But don't worry, I'll explain it all, and it's not all doom and gloom, but there is just an overall sense of real struggles here in December, moving into the intention I put into this was from December 1st to January 1st. So to cover that New Year bit, just to see that outcome, just to carry us through, because this is going to be a full changing energy for you here. But I'll explain it as we get into the reading right now. Okay, Leo, so your first card, current energy, coming into the 1st of December, coming in to this reading today is none other than the Four of Cups reversed. So the reverse of this card reflects a spirit of finding one's calling out of the darkness of complacency. Here, the emotional need to succeed will drive you to achieve more than you already have. Your eagerness and tenacity to do will be rewarding enough to lift your spirits up. In situations around you, there will and can do, and there's just a real willingness to do atmosphere, can and will do. People all around you will cheer you on and, encourage you to strive for more for your own sake. But in relationships, you will be dragged along on a roller coaster ride of excitement, fun, all to aid being a part of more than the conventional. She grasps the situation and the opportunities present, It's really chomping at the bit, really giving it a red hot go, for just letting it go and just jumping, right into it and just going for it. Very, very Leo energy, you know what I mean? It's a good vibe. Second card now, crossing obstacles, issues. And that is none other than the Two of Swords in its upright. So, of course, the Two of Swords indicates an ability to balance the mental forces of your mind, multitasking, management, and the stress, all being handled with ease. You may find, yourself managing two projects at once, or studying for exams and finishing off projects, all with great mental confidence. High stress situations keep you stimulated, and tensions give you a sense of normality, a very Geminian energy, I would say. But in relationships, this card highlights the ability to deal with internal and external stresses, which under normal circumstances could cause a breakup. Organising family functions, parties, while managing your work life, and the same time seem to be fine juggling act. You'll triumph over this. Work-wise, you may well find yourself sort of handling several tasks, fully multitasking all those roles that may overlap with uncompromising details. This is really, really overextension. You're going at a massive pace here, dear Leos. Now, your third card, which is, crowning you, hanging above you, and that is none other than the Five of Wands, and that is in its reverse. So the Five of Wands in its reverse is really, really talking about the conflict is no longer playful. Arguments will arise and the atmosphere around you will be tense and serious. Others may take things too seriously, and decisions may be harder to reach or situations to be resolved. There will be struggles experienced and difficult situations to work through here. In terms of these situations, most will arise from difference of opinions or just miscommunication issues. The fiery situation will only escalate if fuel is thrown on it, so warning here. Focus on the issues and work towards resolution before egos and feelings overrun the situation, especially with coming into Christmas. Everyone's very boastful and, egotistic, and, I bought myself the Mercedes Benz, that, in the end of the day, what's real happiness? Ego or coexistence and just being at peace? Foundation, reason for this reading, why we are here, my dear Leos, and that is none other than the Four of Wands, and that is reversed. So again, patience is encouraged at this point as things are calming down. So this is a good sign. The elements are in flux around you, and they're in movement here. They're like it's moving forward in the right direction. It's beginning to form a stable environment. Slow down, stop fidgeting, and allow things to just settle themselves here. Do not be afraid to take some time out to rest or exert your energies. December is extremely stressful on everyone, with the Christmas, the dinner, the obligations, the visiting, if you're able to, if you're not in the lockdown situation, the taboo. In situations, this card warns not to be overwhelmed by the noises and the rushes that fly around you. All movement here is part of the symphony's crescendo towards a stable, harmonious life. Projects will be incomplete and relationships will feel tense. But you must not worry here, for they are settling down. Keep vigilant and stay patient, as the busy phase will pass. Okay, so just keep your head is the energy I always get from that card. Now, your past energy, next card, leaving you now, and that is interesting because it is none other than the Hierophant in its upright. So when talking about the Hierophant, past energy, is really, this card represents the characteristics of teaching, organisation and routine. It may represent the need to learn and educate oneself, the comfortable routines one had in life, or the need for structure and organisation within one's life. Often you may find things hard to deal with or comprehend if there is uncertainty dancing around you. As an individual, this card often represents a teacher, a parent, a priest, a mentor, someone that you look up to, someone whose guidance is very much, trusted by you. This individual often plays a role of structure, in your life, and helps guide you down a path that has been tried and true for them or her. In terms of a mentor, this card can also represent a relationship you have with an older person or figure in your life who often offers advice from experience, just even maybe story, in my day, da da da. It's how it all begins. It's the greatest stories is in my day. Future energy. So what is coming in now for you, my dear Leos? And that is, of course, none other than the Seven of Swords, and that is in its upright. Now, the Seven of Swords, like all decks, is very much the Thief card. Here, caution is advised because those around you will take advantage of you. Theft of ideas or concepts could occur if you do not watch carefully. Naivety and stupidity will be your own downfall, and you will only have yourself to blame. Those around you will lie, steal, and cheat for their own gains. Be wary of shadowy characters in your environment. Whether you are at home or in your workplace, in relationship, cloak and dagger actions will also be telltale signs of cheating and unfaithfulness. Keep those around you who are questionable origin at arm's length. Future energy. So there's going to be some very much needed assessment of those closest and maybe nearest and dearest to you in this December period. I'm feeling this is sort of at, around New Year's coming into 2021. This is the energy, the Seven of Swords is the key. He chuckles at his victim's stupidity as he walks away with yet another bundle of stolen goods. You know what I mean? It's literally letting the door open. Sorry, frog in throat. Now, advice from Spirit, and I found this one to be extremely interesting. Nine of Cups upright. So, contentment, physical health and success will grace your life. This card favours positive vibes all around you. Dreams will come true and life will be enjoyed. Relationships too will be fulfilled as emotions will flow easily, including love, trust and friendship. Satisfaction in one's job career will be reached, along with better levels of camaraderie and sort of working along with workmates and others. So the advice is here that though you may have to cut away from some, you'll be able to keep some that are actually worth a lot more than the ones you're cutting away. So your next card, Leo, is view from others, so outsiders looking in. Queen of Cups upright. So she is a very warm character, very loving, charismatic, and very much having her cup out, ready to be filled. So this is like a very motherly, mentorish energy. As I was saying, the Queen of Cups represents a woman who's very artistic as well, expressive, and someone with extreme psychic ability as well. Her imagination is extremely vivid and her creativity shows in all aspects of her life. She is loving, empathetic, gentle in her nature, and emotional in her response. She will fight for the underdog and side with the weak, for she is proverbial pillar of emotional support. But in situations, this card heralds a time when high creativity and expressiveness is extremely required. Projects may call for twist of flair or, pizzazz and bedazzle. Presentations will have to be spruced up, basically. Clients may need a more sympathetic ear to meet with their needs, or relationships will be loving and may carry emotional connections that can withstand a distance of time. So really laying down bonds here across the board that are really, really steeped and ingrained. So this is how others are viewing you. You're very much someone that's a real pillar, someone that's a real emotional investment in their benefit as well as your own. Someone that's very strong, someone that's always sort of a candle in the wind. So then we move on to hopes and fears, and that is none other than the Ten of Wands, but it is in its upright. So when we're talking about the Ten of Wands, hopes and fears, card 9. The Ten of Wands highlights the level of power and energy that has been reached to burden difficult tasks. Here you may feel that you are carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders, but you'll be able to manage it. Multitasking, micromanaging, and helping out different departments will all be commonplace in these routines. The card warns of a period when there will be plenty of work and situations where you'll be stretched quite thin. Managing relationships in both personal and public realms will seem like juggling tasks as well. Be not afraid, for you will be able to draw from strength and knowledge within yourself to deal with these situations, as you are already quite experienced at what you're doing. It's just you must do it so much more. Now, the 10th card outcome for this reading and for your December, my dear Leos, is none other than the Four of Pentacles. Now, when I saw this card, I must admit, I did get a little bit of a woo, because the Four of Pentacles is really much sort of talking about cleaving, holding on to. And I guess in some ways it is very much needed, because we are, I do forget, leaving 2020 and we are in fact going into 2021, as scary as that is. So as I was saying, outcome Four of Pentacles upright. So again, the Four of Pentacles symbolizes the protection and stability one feels from his or her material wealth. This is all about monetary and money, material. Here, matters of finances are stable, cash flow remains constant, and content surrounds you in the form of like good clothes, a nice home, a stable life, you know, stability here in the things that money do buy that you need. You're doing, you know, better than everyone else, and you're kind of loving it. You're in a good place here, and that's because you've built up bones throughout the year. At work, your career path is pretty much steady fast. Promotions may be coming, pay rises, or an annual salary will still be available to you. So you move up the ranks slowly but surely, and in relationships, the comfortable pace at which it develops is embraced with a smile. Nothing dramatic challenges you, and the motion is, you know, a gentle sort of sway in the breeze. So the general outcome here is quite good, really. It's not that, you know, the biggest of the greatest, but it is the most stable and the most solid. And for Leo, I think that really does match you very well, because you really are the strength. You know, you don't necessarily always want to become like the fastest, you just want to finish it, and you want to finish it well. You want to be presentable, and you want to have a good outcome, no matter how long it takes. And I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles really does sort of solidify that. The fact that you've really put down bones throughout the year, maybe made sacrifices, or just really gone through some tough, shitty jobs and shit like that to really get that money up. So if there was a flat spot or unforeseen circumstances in the future, which let's just say 2020 taboo word is like crazy. So, you know, going into 2021, why wouldn't you want to be comfortable? And this is the card of being fucking comfortable. So this is good, Leo. I like this, okay? Now, for all of the star signs, I've pulled one extra card as an overall energy, because this is the last reading for 2020 and we are going into 2021, of what the vibe is for that. What's the energy? And you have got, oh, this is very interesting, because you've got none other than the Page of Pentacles. So, oopsie, dropping all my cards and things today is terrible. And it's upright. So, you know, pages are actually quite good. They're more immature energy coming in than the knights. Knights are mature, but the pages come with them some brilliant gifts of their own. And the Page of Pentacles represents the soul who is beginning to understand the pleasures of physical world. Here, emotions are attached to sensual or pleasurable things such as, you know, touch, taste, you know, the five senses. This card also represents embracing the earth and its fruits and being at one with nature. The Page of Pentacles represents someone who keeps in touch and very grounded. This person is able to tap into the power of earth and will be at his or her heart's content. In situations, this card indicates, you know, small gains in areas of work and life. In relationships, it does symbolize entering the stage of, you know, childbearing perhaps, or, you know, child times, like, getting to that period. But also, most importantly, where the consumption of bodies, it's all about the creation of life as well. So it's really about coming together for next generation as well. So whether that's having a birth of a child or coming back in alignment for children, there is a real undertone of that as well. But it is very much being at one with earth and being in touch with the ground, and also in touch with yourself. Someone that's very stable, very solid, very solidified, and not moving the fastest, again, as I say, because earth energy is the slowest of the 4 elements. It goes air, fire, and so on, water and earth. But it is the most meaningful in some way because it is the most solid. It's not flighty, it's not fickle, it's not watery, it's solid, it's freaking earth. You know what I mean? You cannot get a solider element than that. So this is something that is solid. It's going to give you more, it's going to give you a real foundation moving into 2021. This is a bloody brilliant card, especially when you back that with that 4 of Pentacles, as I was saying. When you look at these 2 cards individually, it's a bit, it's not bad, but it's no 10. But you put the messages together, and I think you actually get something much greater. You've got the solidarity and the foundation of that earth energy, and you have that 4 pentacles of monetary freaking gains and being, you know, solid and actually doing a cut above the rest in the money, the home. So solid family, solid money. Honestly, what more could you really want in life? I'd say, Leo, that's winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I hope it all turns out that way, because honestly, that's the best way to end 2020. You couldn't really ask for much more than that. I think it's a brilliant reading. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful 2020, Leo. I will see you again in 2021. Have a great December and an even better New Year. Bye all.